welcome to this video. My name is SubZeroExtabyte and I will be your host for this video. No, I am kidding, prankster. I got a huge video for you today. A lot of things are going to happen, and with a lot I mean one special thing. That is right, guys. What you see next to me is a mob, a zombie. I know we are not supposed to stand next to each other like this, but people, for today's video we are going to try to get this zombie married to a girl zombie. I know it sounds really strange, but trust me, it isn't what you think it is. As you can see, there are girl zombies. This one is a bit more aggressive because she is holding that golden sword, but don't you worry. Love will overcome everything. So that said, how are we going to let these two get married? Maybe we should do something romantic. But on the other hand, it are zombies. How romantic can they be, right? Maybe they bring some slimes as gift, but more than that I don't know. Let me think what we could do with our zombie friend. Can we call him a friend? I don't know yet, but we will know soon enough if he is nice to the world of Minecraft. Oh wait, let's give the zombie some flowers. That is romantic, right? Then he can give them to the female zombie. Really smart, sub, you are doing a great job. Maybe I should be the next Capito, shooting people with bow and arrow to let them fall in love. Ha ha ha, really smart. So for now, let's push those two together and see how it will work out. I am helping him now, and I know how it feels if someone helps you like Peter did once. You guys remember him, right? Wait, I will tell you the story behind Peter. But Peter offered me to hop on his back because apparently he knew how to swim. He told us that because he ate so many mushrooms he turned into a mushroom and he cannot sink because the mushrooms are very light. I then hopped on his back and Betsy followed. She was made out of mushrooms as well, so it was an easy job. We had to swim a while though because the island was pretty far from my house. Sadly, Peter could not fulfill the length of the sea, and he was struggling after half a mile. He eventually gave up after a quarter more. Betsy was still behind us and she said that she could see land already. I hopped on Betsy, her back, and from that point on we could not see Peter anymore. Peter drowned. It was a very sad moment for both of us. We talked about it during the swim to the shore. Betsy said she saw a shabby house. We walked there to maybe get some help. The house was shabby, a bit like Steve built at the beginning of the video. No one was home, so we waited a while. Then we saw someone on a raft. The raft looked like the one I built. It was Steve the thief, and he admitted he stole the boat. We became kind of friends, but he was never good at anything. Hands down why he became the noob in this series. When we tied Betsy to a fence, we went looking for Peter, but there was no sign of Peter the mushroom. We eventually gave up and went back to his shabby house. When we got there, Betsy was gone as well. We went searching for her as well. We went south and found a canyon near a mountain where we were going to look for her because from that mountain you could see the island where Betsy and Peter lived. We saw some mushrooms, but there was no sign of neither of them. We gave up and called it a day. When we were at home, we talked a bit about life and stuff. We just talked all night and made a plan about how we were going to enter the canyon. We would dig a hole in the side and just peek a bit now and then. We were there and we found some diamonds that we made the sword with that I am fighting with right now. We went hungry for some more diamonds or some other good ores. When we found some more, we decided it would be smarter to go home. When we were on the way home, we found a spot with a lot of cows and sheep. That is when I saw a wild mushroom in the herd. We walked over there and it was Betsy. We took her home and she said she was going for a walk and got lost, so she just chilled with other cows. We got to the spot where the home was, but it was gone. How did it just disappear? We saw some silverfish on the spot. Their bellies seemed full of stone. They just ate Steve's house, lol. We built a new house with a fence to strap Betsy on. We called it a day and slept until sunrise. When it was daytime, we saw a nether portal. We went in for a quick look. What we saw there, it was a day to be never forgotten. We fought a dozen of magma cubes. Steve was just chilling while I was fighting them and Betsy was distracting the cubes. But then we saw some mushrooms. We decided to make a campfire, which actually is pretty easy in the nether, cause you know everything is on fire. We cooked the shrooms and we dug a hole. We got to a point where we all fell. It was a bit like a cave, a pretty ghetto cave. We could not find a way out because the entrance was on fire and we had no blocks to build up. When we were trapped for a day and shared everything there is to be shared, a cow put out the fire at the entrance. It was Peter. But how? How could Peter be here? In the nether, the cave was so dark until that point. The bats had bitten Betsy and she was having some foam in her mouth. She was sick and there was no cure. We searched for some ghast here so we could make a potion that would cure her. There were no ghasts that day. When we got back, the cave was empty. No sign of Betsy. Again, We all assumed she just went for a walk again or something like that. We searched and searched but we could not find a Betsy. When we went to search the Nether portal to return to the normal world, our tools broke. We had to fight everything with our bare hands. There was nothing to fight but we did see a couple pigmen that were standing around a strange object. We went in for a closer look. It was Betsy. Peter was hoping it was just another cow but he could not hold his anger. He hit one of the pigmen. That was not a smart move. The pigmen started to attack us when we were at a low. No tools to fight with. No stamina left to fight them, but it had to be done. We fought until there was no pigmen left in the Nether. It took us days. We returned to the portal and went back to our house. Or to the capital. As you can see, we have arrived in the capital where the two zombies can get married. But there are something we need to figure out first before they can married. Where is the priest? Yes, that is a really important question. Where is the priest to let them get married? Without a priest nobody will get married today. I need to find him. It will happen today. Where is he? Everyone is waiting. Maybe he is some village or something. I have no idea. Should I go look for him? I will be fast. Just fly around a bit and see who I can find. Yes, that is a smart idea. Don't you guys think so? But where is the nearest village? Maybe Oz Town, because that is like 2 miles from here. That is kind of in the area. He could have went on foot. But if I fly I will be fast than him. So let me see. Is everything ready? Did I check every corner where he could hide? Maybe he is hiding because he doesn't want to get two zombies married. I don't know. Everything is possible. Let me now fly away and see where I can find him because we need him. Let me continue on the story that I stopped because of the arrival in the capital. I will tell it now because yes, I am just flying around, so nothing really interesting, right guys? But we are not going to stay here for long because we are already gone and I don't really know where we are at the moment, but I guess that we are on the sea, which is not really that cool because now I don't know where I built all of my portals and now I have to either kill myself or I just need to fly over there, and we have actually found it already, so that is just alright. But we are going into the cobblestone one, and as we are here it looks quite alright, and once again it is just the same, only then different. Yes, that was a very clear message. Thank you very much. But what I am trying to say is that this is actually the Nether again, but then instead of the dirt Nether that we were just in, the dirt is now gone and it is all just cobblestone. But I guess the TNT is still here, which is pretty interesting because I would like to ignite even more so we can start a really big bang. This bang did absolutely nothing to the world and it basically had no damage, but it would be fun if it did a bunch of damage. But maybe in this one it will do a lot of damage, and it seems like the leaf Nether is a bit different than your average Nether because this is actually really green and I don't really know what is going on right here, but there are just random sponges in the walls and in the ceilings and stuff, and I don't really like this one. It is quite alright though because it is actually different and it is not just the same as the previous Nether ripoffs. This is still a bit of a rip-off, but it is different because on the other hand it isn't a rip-off. That must have sounded really confusing, but I hope that some of you know what I am trying to say. But this would be heaven if you need leaves, because you can get them anywhere if you just carry your Ed Sheeran with you. But I guess that we don't really need the real Nether, but we can try the bedrock one and it looks quite alright so far. I don't really know if it is going to be even more cool because it is basically just really dark out here, and I think this is a bit of Nether mixed with a bit of End, because it is the Nether but then there is all this darkness which is probably coming up from the End, but that is alright. You can't really harvest anything here except for TNT and all of that. Or you are the type of person that goes to the Nether for XP, but I guess that if you aren't that person. But let's just explore the brick Nether for now because I feel like a brick, and now we can get a lot of bricks if we would need bricks. But I don't really need bricks at the moment. But if you aren't able to get any clay over there where you have your house, then you can always just come here and take some brick over here. But it is actually quite the same as the Nether since the bricks have almost the same color as the netherrack blocks. But it looks really clean. I don't really know why, but it just looks alright like this. But it is quite alright in here. It is not really cold, but it is pretty warm, but it isn't hot in here. And it seems like the normal mobs also chill over here, and I see some Enderman in the distance and I see some witches. But the thing about this Nether is that it has not really been made with intelligence because there is wood in the floor and on the other side there is lava. So if there would be glowstone in the normal Nether near the lava, then in here the wood will be the glowstone and then it would just burn to ashes, and that is not what is supposed to happen, I am pretty sure. But I guess that it is alright and we had a good time in here. It wasn't the most smart build Nether, but maybe the iron one will be really cool. And we are in the iron one in the meantime, and it basically just looks like a giant fridge which its door hasn't been closed, so there is water all over the place, which is cool I guess. I am not really sure, but it looks quite alright. But once again the glowstone, and there was TNT, and that is alright, but it is just a bit weird, don't you think? Well, at least I think it is a bit weird, but I guess that if you don't think that the TNT in there is weird, then I must be weird, and then I will just accept that I am weird and everything will be alright, and then we are just not going to the iron nether ever again in our lives, but we are just going to enter some other nether, which is just going to be our fun. So right now, we are just picking out the igniters we want, and then we are going to take the blocks afterwards, and we are just going to look how those ones look, and let's just hope that those are going to be pretty cool as well. And this ignite box thing does not really look that cool. I am not even sure what it is for, but I guess that we need to press a bunch of stuff and then it will do something. I am not really sure, but it is weird, so let's just not use that, but let's just use the old-fashioned way of making portals. But we have the one that we want, and it is made out of quartz, so let's go ahead and just finish that all the way, and then we don't need the block anymore, and then we are good to go and take the igniter, and then we could ignite it. But it would be even more fun if we left that to the last. So we are just going to make a couple other ones, and that is just going to be great. I don't really know how you should make a sand portal because the sand just falls down, which is pretty weird. So I am not sure how we should do this job, but I guess that the sand one is a troll or something, I am not sure, but let's just go ahead and not do that one because I didn't like that one and it was just weird. But the glass portal is going to look pretty good, so let's go ahead and finish all of this up, and then we can move on to another portal, and then we are just going to have a great time with all of these portals. And that is the aim of the video, so that is something that won't be that hard, I think, so that is quite alright. But I guess that we are just going to enjoy ourselves when all of the portals are done. But right now we just need to set everything up, and then it is just going to be amazing. I don't really know what I should expect from a web nether or a glass nether, so that is the most amazing part, wondering what it could be and then entering the portal and just enjoy what it is in real life. And that is just all the fun of making all of these portals. I can imagine what the TNT nether is going to look like though. I think it is just going to be a lot of TNT, and we could make all of that explode. But that is something that we don't need to think about right now, because right now we are at the quartz nether, and this is just a bit the same as the iron block one, only then just a bit more white, and it doesn't really look like a fridge anymore, which is good I guess. I am not really sure, but it seems like there is lava in this one, so no water, and that is something that I don't really like because I really hate lava. Water is alright because you can swim in water, but if you try to swim in lava, then I am pretty sure that is the last thing that you will do. But I guess that we ended up in the glass nether, and my computer needs to do a lot of loading because the glass is see-through, so it is basically like having X-ray or something like that, because you can just see everything through the blocks that you are waltzing on. But you can't really harvest glass, so I guess that this nether is not something that would be nice to make in survival mode, but I guess that it looks quite nice in creative mode. But it was kind of all the same. But this web one is just amazing if you ask me. It is like really white, and there is just glass on top of the web, so you can walk on top of it, and it just looks really amazing like this. It looks a bit like you would be in a cloud or something along the lines of that. But it isn't really a cloud because they are all spider webs. But I guess that we are just enjoying ourselves in here since this nether is something else. I thought the leaf one was weird, but this one is even more weird if you ask me, because all you see is just a bunch of webs, and it is just really weird because there is not really something else except for the glass to walk on and the TNT just for decorations or something. But I guess that it is almost the same as the glass one, only this one is a bit different because it is really white, and that is bruise of all the webs that are right here, and we are just having a lot of webs in this nether, which can be cool, but luckily for us there are not any spiders that actually made those webs. But this next one that is made out of TNT is just amazing. There is even water so that the TNT doesn't explode when it comes in contact with the lava. Alright, then the two zombies are happy now. They got their own house where they can live, and I hope I did enough for them, and I hope you guys enjoyed my small story. Everything will make sense, guys. Just keep thinking, just keep your head up, and just carefully listen to what I am saying. Alright, everything will be alright, and I hope that these two zombies won't attack us in the near future, because then I got a problem. This was a test to get them together so they won't attack us anymore. We will see. For now people, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you in the next video.